And we're not getting it from this government that is disappointing, overtaxing and dismally failing New Zealanders.
Dr. Cam Calder.
I commend this bill to the House.
Speaker. Phil Twypen.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. It's very disappointing and really a slap in the face for democracy and for the public that the National Party would come to the House pushing through this obnoxious legislation, and they're not even prepared to stand up and justify it and make the case and argue for this law. Well, on this side of the House, sir, we are. There are two reasons that we oppose this bill, sir. The first is that it is an illegitimate tax grab. It is a politically motivated attempt to conjure up a surplus when one really, sir, doesn't exist. So it is a lie. It is a political lie for John Key to try to convince the public that he's got the books back in balance, sir. They're doing it at the expense of ordinary New Zealanders and the motoring public. We want to talk about tax and put this tax, sir, in the context of this government's record on taxation. So let's talk about tax. The crown and glory of the John Key government was to distribute massive tax cuts, sir, that transferred wealth from the poorest sections of society to the top. And we know, Mr. Ockenville, that 40% of the benefit of those tax cuts went to the top 10% of New Zealand income earners. That is an outrage. And then this government has spent the remaining few years shoveling home the cost of those tax cuts to ordinary New Zealanders. Yes, they have. They increased GST, a flat tax that added to the burden of already stressed low-income earners. They have refused the entreaties of every economist in this country, almost without exception, every academic, the IMF, the OECD, Treasury, everybody who says that they should institute a capital gains tax, that is the missing link in our taxation system, that it would not only be just to tax people who make their living from the earnings of assets, but would also channel investment into the productive economy. But no, National is right and everybody else is wrong on that apparently. And now we see this stealth tax by pumping up the petrol excise 9 cents, sir, over a period of time, 3 cents every year for the next 3 years. And that, sir, is an illegitimate tax grab. I also want to make the point in the few minutes that I have that the other reason that Labor opposes this tax grab is that it is the purpose of it, other than creating an illusionary surplus for the government, is to fund Jerry Brownlee's wasteful, economically damaging white elephant motorway projects. And these so-called roads of National Party significance, they are the defining feature of this national government's transport policy. And let me give a couple of examples, because Labor's not opposed to all of the roads of national significance. We're not opposed to all motorways. We're not opposed to all infrastructure. But let me give you a couple of examples of why we oppose this transport policy and this particular bill, sir. The holiday highway that National wants to build between Puhoi and Wellsford. They claim it's an economic lifeline for the north. Well, let me tell the members who don't like it being described as the holiday highway, there are approximately 9,000 vehicles on the road every day between Warkworth and Wellsford. Do you know how many vehicles are on the Te Atatu Road in my electorate? 4 times that many. 36,000 cars a day on a normal Auckland arterial road. And this government wants to blow $1.7 billion on a gold-plated 4-lane dual-carriage expressway on a road that only carries $9,000 a day. It beggars belief. And Mike Sabin gets up in this House, Mr. Speaker, and says that this is the economic lifeline for Northland. People desperately need this road. But he won't support a policy that we've got, which would spend $400 million right now eliminating the accident black spots, eliminating the traffic bottlenecks. We would fix that road right now by spending $400 million. That member and the National Party want to blow $1.7 billion of this country's taxes on a gold-plated holiday highway. That's completely unjustifiable. The other example that I want to put to the House of a wasteful... Oh, my God, the brains trust of Te Atitude's finally woken up. And I'm surprised he's in the House. Don't you know, Mr Henare, there's a football game on television at the moment. I'm surprised you're not in your office with your feet up on the couch watching the football, because it's on right now. I'm surprised. Frankly, I'm surprised to see the member.
Order.
I'm surprised to see the member in the House.
The member's time has expired.
Mr Speaker.
Gareth Hughes.
Kia ora, Mr Speaker. Ngā mihi nui, kia koutou, kia ora. I rise to support this bill and to offer a positive